Today we're gonna see the most unhinged and unpopular opinions on pop music. There's no limits here. Let's see what these crazy people are thinking, or who knows, maybe I'll agree. Starting off with Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter sucks. I just can't stand it. I get it is supposed to be easy to ingest, but it's just so boring. Her voice is so bland and it just sounds so factory generated, like no effort went into it. Listen, not every song has to have this crazy lyrical substance. Like, let us enjoy some brainless factory generated pop every once in a while, where we don't have to think about the lyrics or feel anything. I could get up and be like, yeah, they're addictive beats, and that's all that matters. Next opinion, one was condemned and the other one was celebrated. This is insane. And this is Woman's World by Katy Perry and the healthcare CEO's killer on the right. Are we really comparing these? What is going on? This person saying Woman's World was condemned and a murderer was celebrated, and someone replied, I think that's because Katy Perry's latest album was worse than murder. Jeez, man. You know, that was creative. I did not like Katy's album. I think that's one of the worst albums released this year, but it is obviously not worse than literal murder. Let's be real. Have your opinion though, I guess. Alright, moving on. Dua Lipa's music is bland, forgettable, and uninspired. She tries so hard to make retro pop music that lacks any soul or creativity. Take a look at her song Dance the Night, Watch Me Dance, Dance the Night Away. No clever, memorable lyrics, no interesting melody. What a bland, soulless, boring, uninspired, forgettable song. Listen, Dua Lipa is very needed in the pop space and honestly redefined pop music as soon as she entered the scene. I'm gonna have to differ and say Dance the Night did have an interesting melody, and that's why it performed so well. But after the new Dua album, I can see why someone would think this way. Almost all of it was bland and very forgettable. I definitely want her to grow and experiment more on her next project. So next take, Texas Hold'em is not a good song. As an avid Beyoncé lover, Texas Hold'em is laughably bad. It sounds like a mockery to country music even as a person who hates the genre. 16 Carriages is so much better and is a magnificent song. I fully agree with this take. I hate Texas Hold'em. As someone who is from Texas and grew up around country music, this song was awful, never went back to it, and I do agree that 16 Carriages was better. I also think it was one of her best on the album. Chappell Roan is actively sabotaging her career. Chappell Roan is such a talented singer, but it feels like she's actively trying to sabotage her own career. There's an obvious lack of media training and a PR presence, which if you don't have one, you need the other. She seems to look for fights when there are none, such as the STFU incident where she wasn't even being talked to. She's honestly putting herself in the position to earn the label of being difficult to work with, which once you receive that label is really hard to escape. It is a career-killing label. Chappell Roan can do whatever the fuck she wants. Stop being butthurt. Someone has to do it. We need a pop girl villain who doesn't give a rat's ass about no PR training and is putting people in their place left and right. Oh, she said something controversial. Who cares? Like, it's exciting. It's better to be different than to be the same when it comes to being an artist. This is what sets Chappell Roan apart and what makes her the most unique artist out there. Just chill. You're not the photographer who got cussed out. Like, next one, honestly, if Barry Keoghan cheated on Sabrina Carpenter after Please Please Please, she should be able to kill him on stage at her next show. Oh, wow. This I could get behind. Nah, I'm joking, but listen, we don't know anything about anything. There are some parasocials that think he cheated. I personally don't think he did, but who am I? But if he did though, oh, Barry, that might be the worst mistake anyone has ever made in their life, but we'll see. Next one, unpopular opinion, the original versions are better than Taylor's versions. The newer re-recorded versions just sound different, and of course Taylor's voice has changed so many years later. Girl at Home in particular is one that sounds awful compared to the original version. Okay, I'm 100% for listening to Taylor's re-recording so the scumbag who stole her masters doesn't get a payday, but I do get this take because listening to Taylor's old voice is so special because you feel what she's going through as she's going through it. But I think these re-recordings are equally as special, not only because of why she's doing it, but because it sounds retrospective with her mature voice. So it's meant to sound different, and you are completely valid for having your own preference, but that's my take on it. Next opinion, Lana Del Rey might be the most dual artist out there. Her music is so boring, like genuinely, I've tried to listen to so many of her songs and they're all just awful. I genuinely cannot get through an entire song without feeling my brain starting to melt. Well, they're just not for you. But her music is undeniably innovative. It's like listening to a damn movie. It's cinematic, deeply emotional, and she has some of the most vulnerable and dark lyrics. And someone's gotta do it, and it's Lana. Next one, I think Zendaya's music career could be as successful as her acting career now if she really wanted it. She has talent, like she can dance and sing now. Obviously, we never know since she left the music industry from bad contracts long time ago, and I don't think you can succeed in something you don't have a passion in, but I can see Zendaya becoming an A-list pop star if she plays her cards right and decided to focus on it. I think she can too. Zendaya definitely has enough talent and the work ethic to become a pop star. She's obviously pursuing acting right now, and that's working out like crazy for her, but let's see if she dives into music. I know she had Replay and some Euphoria songs, and The Greatest Showman, obviously. But that'd be exciting. Next one, the songs Beyonce writes about that man are crazy. It's like watching someone build the Sistine Chapel for a possum they found in a gas station parking lot. This one I can't really argue against, because Jay-Z sounds like the worst guy to be in a relationship with based off of all Beyonce songs. And basically this woman's entire song catalog is about him, and a lot of them are crazy, but I wish them the best, you know? Next one, after a rewatch, I can confirm that my wicked hot take is they butchered the momentum in Defying Gravity by splitting it into 17 fragments. I thought this was just me. I was in the movie theater, and the ending of Wicked, which is my favorite part, I won't spoil, but that's when Cynthia sang her ass off. I mean, her vocals and pitch are like no other, but she just couldn't finish the song. Like, there were so many interruptions and they fucking kept pausing it. Like, just finish the damn song. We waited so long for this Defying Gravity moment just for it to make us feel frustrated and annoyed. Sorry, that was my take, but if you enjoyed that, that's fine. Moving on, hot take, Nicki Minaj music is not Grammy worthy and her fan base is annoying. I think Nicki's music is catchy and I do love the way she raps, but her music is not Grammy worthy. Her fan base keeps pushing the idea that her music is award worthy and the best from this generation, but most of her songs have the same basic music samples. Okay, this is just wrong. Nicki Minaj is a top female rapper and she's inspired basically all the top female rappers. I'm not a huge fan of Pink Friday 2, but that doesn't change the fact that she made Starship, Super Bass, Super Freaky Girl, which are all still certified bangers that we hear constantly. Next take, from Taylor to Ariana, pop's over-reliance on gossip is choking the life out of it. This is an interesting take. I noticed that pop music has been taking this more personal and detailed approach, but that's storytelling and that's the way it's evolving. Artists like Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande feel like getting more vulnerable and telling stories about their personal lives because they are artists. What else do you expect them to write about? And they still leave a lot of their music up for interpretation. Also, if someone makes a bad song, personal life related or not, that song's gonna flop. It always comes down to whether a song is good or bad. Pop music does not rely on gossip, but do I think it has an influence sometimes? Absolutely. Next one, when did the Spotify algorithm get so shit? For example, I go to a song radio, instead of recommending similar songs, it just lists songs I already listen to a lot. Yes, I thought the exact same thing. Spotify gives me the same songs I always listen to on repeat. It's like, Spotify, you know my taste. You guys should be smart enough to give us new music based on what we're already listening to. Steal the fucking TikTok algorithm or something. But let's stop there. I just wanted to react to some unique opinions with you guys. But what was your favorite or least favorite take? Comment down below. But make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Later.